Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we are going to do a 200% showcase on this Coolieza, who is on the new LR Dokkan Fest Coolers team. I really wanted to do a full showcase on this guy just to show everyone how good he is. This is a unit that I think people may have forgotten about. He's kind of one of those more obscure Fusions units, but the Fusions units, when they got their EZAs, most of them were actually quite good. Janembu, Weirus has been used a ton since the year 7s came out. I think this guy is very similar to Weirus in that he's always been good, but until a team came out where they could really shine, they went kind of unnoticed. That's how Weirus was. Weirus was amazing on release, but until that year 7 team came out where like he legitimately was like a real force on that team and like gelled so well with the team, people weren't running fusions before that, right? So like Weirus just has been dominant, and now I think everybody understands how awesome Weirus is. Now, Coolieza, I'm hoping people are starting to realize how good he is as well, and I'm going to show him off here. Now, Coolieza, I do like running as a floating support, but in this showcase, we're going to run him on rotation, and he's actually going to be putting out some work here, so we're going to check him out here. So let's go ahead and look at his stats here. This is Rainbow full level 10 links, like fully maxed out, right? So his passive is he greatly stacks attack, raises defense, and causes supreme damage to enemies. So basically, he infinitely stacks attack and defense. Now, because he's stacking both, it is going to be a little bit slower. But if you keep him on rotation and focus on him, we're going to see how good his defense is looking here, right? Then his passive is attack and defense 120 while performing a super. So keep that in mind too. His defense start of turn doesn't look crazy, but he's going to get 120 on super. So after supering, combined with his stacking, his defense actually is going to be pretty decent. He has a high chance of launching an additional super, which is awesome. He has a chance of performing a crit plus 10% for each attack performed up to 30. So basically, basically on his second turn, because you're usually going to get a double super within one of the first 2 turns, he's going to be at 30% built-in crit. So basically what you do with this guy is you go full additionals, because he's got built-in crit anyways. You want to focus on additionals to get that stacked up as quickly as possible, and then to continue his attack and defense stacking, right? And then Fusion and Wicked Bloodline category Extreme Class Allies attack and defense 30. Now the bad part is he's not giving key. The thing is though, like, Cooler's like your main on-rotation unit on this team, right? And he links good and has such a good key mechanic, he's starting at like 20 to 22 key anyways and doesn't need it. So this guy not giving key support actually isn't that bad. So the reason why I like this guy, you could say, sure, there's like 40% supports that give key, but this guy on top of giving key, he's offensively and defensively viable. Like, he's legit. Whereas most supports, like, you're happy if you're getting 1.5 to 3 mil attack stats out of them, and like, you're just happy if they can survive normals, right? Well, this guy with stacking, I think, could actually survive some super attacks in some events. No, I'm not saying this guy's going to go into Cell Max and dominate or anything like that, but he's still very, very good, right? So you can see here, full level 10 links, he's ready to go. You can see he's on Transformation Boost, telling us he's got the 200% leader skill. So basically, I'm actually going to run him on rotation with this cooler. He actually links fine with either cooler. He gets 4 links with each one. There are some Friezas he links 5 with, but linking with just this transforming cooler, we're just trying to make him look good in this video. And this cooler is also supporting, so we might as well, right? So let's go ahead, and we've got our first turn here with him up. So we're going to put him right away. We'll just throw him in slot 1. He does have type advantage here. He's linking a little bit better at Garlic Jr., so we'll link him up there. So he's starting off 151k defense, right? Now this is turn 1 without any stacking. Now 151 is not great, but he's getting 120% on super. So turn 1 after supering, he's over 300k defense, and he hasn't stacked yet. So just run that through your mind. That's actually pretty good for turn 1. It's just he's not meant to be put in slot 1. You're usually running this guy in slot 3. So in slot 3, knowing that he's going to have 300 plus K defense there, like, you're going to be fine against normals in most content, right? So let's go ahead and see what he's doing turn 1 on attacking. This is his first attack without any stacking or anything like that. Now keep in mind, he has in his passive the high chance to additional super, which means this guy has triple super capabilities, right? He can super 3 times in a turn. So this guy can actually be quite offensive and stack like crazy with all those supers coming. So let's see what happens here. So 4 mil right out the gate, right? Now, let's see. Okay, so we got an additional, and that was from Hidden Potential, because if it procced from his passive, it's guaranteed to be a super. So it's just flat out high chance to super, otherwise no additional. So we got the Hidden Potential. So 1 super for 4 mil, okay? So this guy, turn 1, we kind of saw like his worst offensive turn, which is just a single 4 mil attack stat, which for a support unit is actually solid. Now, on his best turn there, he would have triple supered. With that attack stacking each time, it probably would have been like a 4, a 4.5, and then maybe like a 4.8 or even a 5 mil. He has the potential for like a 12 mil attack stat turn 1, which is really good. Probably 12 to 13 mil attack stat turn 1, which is really, really good, right? So that was just his first turn. So let's see what he looks like after 1 stack. I basically just squished the... Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about, like not needing key? This first cooler was sitting at 18 key without even linking. He is getting the key from Toa, but so even without Toa's key, he would have only been 3 key away from getting an 18 key super. So STR cooler's crazy, and so Coolieza not having the key really isn't a big issue for me. Now, the Part 2 LR maybe would need it, or there's other units that definitely could use it, like, you know, Prime Battle Frieza definitely... Well, actually, Prime Battle Frieza doesn't really need it, because he's got a pretty good key mechanic, too, if you're facing Super Class. So it just depends on the units, but right now, the way the cooler team is sitting, like, the only unit that really struggles for key is, like, LR Janemba and Tech Janemba. If you're running them on the team, like, key, they need it, like, so bad. But if you're just running this full Wicked Bloodline cooler build, like, it's not a big deal. And if you're running the Janembas, like, you might not run Coolieza there because he's only supporting Wicked Bloodline, right? So I do like Coolieza more when you're more focused on Wicked Bloodline, which I like, right? All right, so we're going to get into the next turn. Basically, this cooler rotation that's not linking, well, the first unit isn't, the second one will. They're just going to probably one-shot every Vegeta phase. I don't know that Vegeta will survive any of them. But yeah, now we're getting fresh Vegetas on Coolieza's turn, which is very good, right? So now we've got the link setup that we want here. So we're getting, yeah, we can see here 4 links, right? So we're going to put them in slot 1. So now we're at 173k defense. So this is what you're seeing, like, because he gets his passive defense comes on super... The part where that's a negative is it makes him stack slower, because the higher base defense you have, the faster you stack, and because he's stacking attack and defense, it's a little bit slower. So yes, it's a little bit slower defense stack, but he's still getting 120 on super. So here, he's probably getting close to 400k defense after supering. Maybe just under that, but he's getting in that range, right? Let's see what his attack looks like here. And keep in mind, that was the bare minimum single attack. We could have triple super turn 1 and probably been like to 200k plus defense here before super. So let's see what happens. All right. And what I want to try and do, yeah, so 5 mil attack set. This is only a second attack. Okay, give me another one, please. All right, so here's another one. Now, this could be from his passive, so we might have a triple here. That was at 5.2. And then the triple super, 5.6. So, dude, his second turn, we just did like a 15 mil attack stat. And now he got a triple defense stack and triple attack stack. And you notice, most units, when they attack stack, like, it's hard to notice, but we noticed it there. That was 4.9 to, what, 5.2 to 5.8 or something like that. Like, that was a jump. And not to mention, he's got fully built up crit now, so he's at 30% crit chance. I'm telling you guys, here, sure, let's active skill this. We'll just wipe that out. Yep, nullify the attack. We'll just, because I think I actually like that I did that, because I do want these coolers just to, like, kind of dominate and take out this Vegeta, so I can just get a fresh Vegeta for the next Coolieza turn, right? And that's what I love about the active skill turn deletion, is that you can wipe that very pesky first attack before you get a chance to attack and build your defense. That is actually really good. So I do like Cooler's active skill for that better than, say, the LR Gods. Although the LR Gods can do it, like, after they transform, they can do it every turn. But just that active skill version of it is so nice. The Tech Goku has that as well. It's very, very nice. Alright, so hopefully these Coolers just dominate this Vegeta. If we end up leaving him with a sliver of health, I guess that's just what happens. But Turles on the end can definitely put a nice shot in. But yeah, that was only the first Cooler. So the second Cooler is definitely probably going to take this Vegeta out. And then, oh yeah, he's going to be out of here. With the millions of attacks Cooler does, there's no way this Vegeta doesn't survive, yeah. Even on normals, that's why you give him crit. Look at that, 1.3 mil on a normal because of crit. Crit is very important on Cooler. Alright, so next turn here. keep in mind, this is only Coolieza's third appearance. So what I'm trying to tell you all is, he's not just good for like long events, like he gets built up fairly quick. So when you triple super, the defense starts hopping. So now we're at 260k defense, and we get 160 or 120% on super. So this man is well over 500k defense after super now. Absolutely. Like, am I crazy? Like, attack and defense 120 while performing a super. So you take that defense, times it by 120%. That's what he's going to be after super. Absolutely insane. I actually want this guy. You know what? I should have brought a scouter with. Because I want this guy to eat like a tough super attack on one of these phases. Hopefully this Vegeta supers, because this Vegeta can hit hard. But the thing is with type advantage, I can already tell you it's going to be double digits. I'm curious what the attack stack is looking like here. What's the attack stack going to look like? So 5.7, dude. 5.7. So almost 6 mil. There's an additional for 6. Oh, we didn't get the triple. But now every super he's doing is over 6 mil. So now we're talking about triple super turns of 18 mil plus. Like he's building up to where this unit now is actually an offensive force. Okay, and unfortunately the wrong Vegeta supered here. Even with type advantage, that cooler took some damage. But Coolieza wasn't taking nothing there. So really additionals are so important on this guy because you see, especially his attack builds up quick. But the defense, when I did that, oh wow, I gotta watch out for Toa. Okay, I gotta be careful. I gotta forget what I gotta remember what I'm actually bringing to these fights, right? So let's go ahead and sure Princess Snake here. I almost ruined the run there. Sure, let's go ahead and just do a big attack. I mean, these coolers are gonna dominate. Yeah, he's just gonna one shot that. That's fine. Get us to the next phase here. Oh, love that KO screen. That is legit. Okay. But this Coolieza, the thing I love about him too is even if you're like the argument you could say, well, if you're using him as a floating support, he's not going to stack. But if you get lucky and you get those triple super turns, even in slot 3, he's stacking a decent amount. So here's the true test, right? So we're going to go type disadvantage against Evolution Blue Vegeta. Now we're at 300k starter turn defense. So we're definitely like 500k defense plus after super here, about in that range, right? Here's what I'm going to say. Because this Vegeta hits really hard, we're not going to pretend he doesn't. If he's going to take double-digit normals, I'm pretty sure. If Coolieza gets supered immediately, he will take a lot of damage. Like, we might even die. I'm not going to lie. But I want Coolieza to hopefully take a super attack after he supers. We're still going to take damage because this guy hits so hard. And with type disadvantage, it's very hard to tank this guy without guard. I just want to see what Coolieza potentially would take. Now, we're going to get healing. Watch this with the 3 red orbs there. We just healed like 10% of our health on that, just with only 3 orbs. Had we had a decent chunk of orbs, we could have almost full healed on that, right? So we're going to do this. And we're going to let Turles get a little bit of healing. All right, let's see how Coolieza does here. I hope he waits to super. Double-digit normals. Okay, no super. This is good. Now, 6.7. Dude, his attack stack's fast. And he's hitting hard. 7 mil on the second one. And this isn't, it isn't time gated. Like he has it. Super me, Vegeta, please. Oh, I really want to. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to ride this out. Now this cooler is going to get one shot if he gets supered. Probably. Okay. Of course, it's slot 2. Let's see. If we don't get one shot, I'll keep going. But if we do, I'll end the video there. 800k. I really wanted to see what Coolieza would take there, but if you've got him, dude, try him out yourself. He can tank some hard stuff if you build him up. I cannot begin to tell you how impressed I am with this Coolieza, because, you know, I've been doing team building guides, right? And I love team building with floating supports. The problem is like in Red Zone and Cell Max, you usually don't have the luxury of running supports, unless you're a god like Piccolo, right? Or like Tech God Goku. But most supports just cannot handle it. Coolieza, I think, can handle it. Not every stage. But in slot 3, if you get lucky with double, triple supers consistently, he can actually tank there. Do not underestimate Coolieza, dude. He's almost, for me, like a must-run on this cooler team. So, hopefully, I'm helping y'all understand how awesome this Coolieza is. If you got him sitting there collecting dust in your box, get him easy aid. Get him link leveled. Love this guy on the cooler team. Hope you guys like him too. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.